We're now joined by Kevin D. Benton of the Kevin and Nikki podcast that airs on iHeartRadio out of Philly. Kevin, welcome to the conversation. It's been a couple of weeks since we lost John Singleton, one of the great generational directors of our time. What legacy do you think he left on filmmaking?
A legendary, iconic legacy, definitely a trailblazer, a pioneer, a legacy that will never be forgotten, maybe even perhaps never be replaced. And there's so many, adjectives that you can use to describe the legacy of John Singleton. And I think legendary, iconic, might be even putting it lightly.
Over 10 films he has created, directed, and a lot of them has been received with critical acclaim. What are your thoughts on some of those films that help to perpetuate the negative stereotype of African Americans? Films such as Baby Boy or Boys in the Hood.
Well, actress Nikki Warren and I had the opportunity to interview him at the Snowfall premiere in Philly. And I asked him a question. I referenced him as a risk taker. And in connection to, what you've asked in terms of being critically acclaimed, he said, I'm just telling the story. I'm just telling what's happening out here. This is just what's going on. And of course, we know that, a lot of movies that he made spoke to urban culture and what was going on in the inner cities and things like that. And of course, in film, there can always be exaggerations in terms of stereotypes or deemed stereotypical. But he was just telling a story. And sometimes when you tell the story the way that it is, you are going to assume perhaps a critically acclaimed title. He just told the story and kind of put it out there, and you kind of had to take it or leave it, so to speak.
You yourself are an actor, 80 plus credits to your name as a working actor. The legacy of John Singleton, how has that impacted your career?
It has impacted my career greatly. Like the old saying goes, some people plant seeds, some people water, a tree grows up, and then there's others who benefit from the shade. So John Singleton, along with all the other pioneers that have come before him, they planted seeds, they watered the seeds, a tree grew up, and I'm benefiting from it today. So I have opportunities because of the legacy of John Singleton that I wouldn't have otherwise had it not been for him. So I'm thankful and grateful to him. And I'm thankful and grateful to him, for being so gracious to do an interview on our show.
The Kevin and Nikki podcast airs on iHeartRadio. You yourself, an actor, as mentioned, 80 plus credits. What's most rewarding for you and challenging? Let's actually begin with the challenge first. As an independent actor, what's most challenging?
Okay. Well, as an independent actor, I think it's those challenges that face independent filmmakers that kind of affect us as independent actors, so to speak. I don't really want to classify as independent actors, but actors in general. You have financing, production value when you're in the independent realm, that can be challenging. You have video on demand. So we know now that, things are changing. Some 20 or 30 years ago, you would have never heard of a commercial saying now streaming live on Amazon Prime or Hulu. It was more so in theaters everywhere or in select theaters. So, our movie screens have changed such that now our phones are movie screens. And so while there's widespread distribution online, there's a financial drop in terms of, financial get back. So you have creative control. You have people that are making great films and things like that. And so, if you want to get that film on a major platform, you kind of give up creative control, which could lead to recasting, which definitely affects us as independent actors who are trying to, get our names out there. There is a brand component of this thing where we want to get our names out there, our faces out there. And, when you give up creative control because of the independent market, sometimes you can run the risk of getting recast. Then there's community. Do you have an independent community that's going to come together and put their resources together to make content as opposed to being independent islands? So there's a lot of things. You have distribution. So there's a lot of things that affect us, but you just have to continue to stay positive and stay on the grind.
Let's talk about the rewarding aspect of being an actor, a filmmaker. What are the rewarding parts of what you do?
Just being able to affect people positively is one of many rewards. To go to a premiere and sit among the audience and to be able to make them laugh or make them cry or make them not like you, make them remember you. They say if you can make someone feel, they always remember you. But just to be able to impact and affect people in a positive way, we're actors, we're servants to the world. We take people on our journey by allowing them to connect with characters. We provide a much needed escape in a world full of pain and suffering, where when people are watching us on TV and on the big screen, they're not worried about their problems and things of the sort. They're connecting with us, being able to provide a platform for my family to get together other than funerals. They're getting together at my premieres and things like that. It's just so great. My award shows, and it's just so awesome. And then just to be able to meet all the great, wonderful, super talented people like yourself, Mike, doing great things in the industry, being able to shake hands, take pictures with, connect with people who you've watched growing up on TV and now they're your friends, and developing relationships. And I think that's one of the most rewarding things, is the relationship that you cultivate throughout this journey. The awards are extra. If you get those, you get them.
Sure.
But the relationships are just phenomenal.
You are super busy, as mentioned, over 80 credits to your name. You're constantly on the grind. Every time I look around, I see films starring Kevin D. Benton. What projects are you working on now that you can actually speak of? I know there's NDA out there floating around, but what's popping for you?
Well, right now I'm filming a TV series, web series called Pride, and I'm looking forward to this character because I play a character named James Pride, who's the opposite of who I am. He's just a mean, cold-hearted guy who's a drug lord and don't care about anything but getting his money. So I'm looking forward.
This is not the Kevin I know, as you mentioned. Maybe different from the Kevin I know. And characters you've played in the past.
Like a character that I played in the past?
No, it's completely different than the characters you've played.
Okay. I played a character, of course, I played a character who was sexually harassing women on the job.
Okay.
And, that was, it was a challenge. Of course, not being me, but the young lady who I was in the scene with, because you have to make sure that your scene partner is safe.
Sure.
So, we become emotionally invested in the character, but at the same time, we're still human. And so I had to move into our personal space, which was a little uncomfortable, but as an actor, that, you have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Oh, sure, 100%.
Another
Tell us
character.
a little bit about this voodoo character that you're playing, some type of voodoo.
Yeah, I'm going to play a voodoo witch doctor, and I'm really, really looking forward to this character because I'm going to have a mask, I'm going to have prosthetics, and they're going to go all out to make this character, you're going to say, look Hollywood, for lack of a better phrase. And this is what I look forward to, because I'm a big fan of characters that if I put a lot of makeup on and masks. I've seen it done, and I've always wanted to be a part of it. So I'm looking forward to getting into this character and seeing if I can make it believable, and I know that I will.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Kevin D. Benton, on all your success. Thank you for joining us today on The Conversation. I'm quite sure there's much more success for you to come in the future.
Thanks so much, Mike, and continued success to you as well. And thanks for having me on the show.